saw like one photo
Oh,
review.
no, you're fine. You can put it down.
Yeah, I only saw like one photo review in your classroom.
Yeah, there's one that has like several, and then there's one that just has a lot of them on there. And I don't know who posted what because after I just kind of like fell asleep. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of sharing, not sharing any more posts. Sorry, I don't want to stab you, but I just want to make sure this isn't like making your hair. Is that comfortable?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, so in our Eurofacial, the first thing we are to do is we're going to analyze. So ready? So I'm gonna give you these. Sorry, it's my nails. I didn't mean to confuse you. I don't know they're on leaves anymore. So you're gonna see a little bit of light here. Alright. So again, guys, when we're analyzing, we're always touching for tone and texture. I can tell you right now, even dirty, she's pretty oily. So I know that she has an oilier skin type. Feeling the nose, I can feel a little bit of the blackheads there. Overall, she has pretty smooth skin. My fingers are really, really cold though, so I'm not gonna say that she's a naturally heated person, but I do know, at least in my head right now, she has enough warmth to her skin. So there's no concern there. And then I can look with my light. So extraction wise, she has a couple of things that we might be able to get out today.
So if it's not warm, say
Like cooler temperature. When it's cooler temperature, that means that they do not have a ton of blood circulation. So they're going to tend to be naturally a little bit on the drier side. Just remember, heat promotes skin cell turnover. Heat also promotes more oil to the face too.
Okay.
It's kind of like being outside. So if you run hot normally, you're normally going to be an oilier based person. Or if you're on the cooler side, you're naturally going to be a little bit dry. Alright. So now that I've done that, going to start with my cleanse. Going to relax the skin first. Not scratching up too much, am I?
Not at all.
Try my hardest not to. I'm gonna start off with her gel cleanser. Sorry, I just want myself sappy. I'm trying not to. cleaned off what she originally came in with. We're gonna take a look and see if there's anything that's more presentable that I was not able to see before. And again, with some of these mag lamps, you kind of can't move them as much because they don't work as well. They won't hold up. So if that is the case, say this wasn't one that can hold really well, you're always able to kind of lift and pick the head just like this so that you can see without moving this. Okay? Go ahead and get my steamer going here. Get her all set up for her exfoliation process. So since my steamer was already on, it should turn on fairly quickly. Again, I'm going to get my hands a little bit wet here. Just a little. So enough to work with. Biggest thing you guys want to remember too with the European facial is when you're doing your exfoliation sequence and you're manipulating all those areas that you were able to see that really needed that concentration, like any areas that were heavily had lots of comedones or blackheads, you really want to focus on those areas and really exfoliate them, because the whole purpose is to try to get as much to come out on its own without having to go in and do the extractions. Alright, I feel that she's pretty fairly manipulated there. So what I'm going to do as far as the steamer goes, you guys have many choices, and again, it's going to be up to you whether how you would like to position it. For me, myself, I find the best position is above the head with the steam going this way. However, some others prefer to have it to where it's on the side of the table and it's shooting this way. So whatever's comfortable for you, or whatever works best with whatever table you're working with. Again, you want to make sure that you always keep your area as clean and as mobile for you to be able to work around, because you don't want to fall and you don't want your client to fall. see. So you're gonna have to tell me whether you can feel it over your face or not. So is that about over your entire face or one-sided?
It's kind of like over here.
Okay. No problem. How about now?
It almost feels like it's hitting me in the chest.
Okay. Oh, working on it here, working on it.
There it is.
There?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and is it about all over the whole face?
Oh.
Mainly still in the chest area?
Like the lower half of my face. Yeah, there it is.
Good?
That's my whole face.
Alright, perfect. So that can sometimes be a process. So just keep in mind, work with them. Make sure, again, you keep checking to make sure it's hitting majority of their face. You don't want it to be one-sided or one side, or just to the cheek, because again, that's the only part that's getting the sting. We want the whole face to get sting.
I actually like the way that's positioned better than the other.
Yeah, I like it this way. I should try to keep you guys mindful of being able to do both, because some people can't do it like this because they would rather sit and watch, so they prefer to do it this way. But then if you think about it, it's blowing up their nose. So if they are an oilier person and the steam starts to make them produce a little bit of the more sweat and oil coming out of the skin, it's gonna start sliding and dripping into their nose. And then it's like, can you turn it off, please? You know, like it starts to get really uncomfortable.
Where's it coming out of?
The steam, right here. On top, there's a little circle.
Oh, I was like looking down there.
Oh, this is the water that's coming up through the machine, but it's coming out of the top of this.
Oh.
You know, when you do the essential oil, where would you drop it inside of the?
Yeah, you would put it in your steamer in the morning when you first get to your job. So you would put like one drop. I wouldn't do more than one. And I would let the steamer run by itself with nobody underneath it for like a good 10 to 15 minutes, just to make sure nothing comes out of it, like to drip out of it, and then it should stay that scent for a while.